Greg, tell us what's latest and greatest at PS Engineering, and Mark, wherever you are out there, he's doing okay, he showed up.
Well, thank you so much. We're happy to be here in Orlando and this opportunity to come and see all of our avionics shops and completion centers. We do our best throughout the year to go visit them and give them praise for all their hard work. So we really enjoyed coming to AEA in Orlando this year. So yesterday, Gary did an outstanding job for the MPI introducing a new special mission audio hub. It's called the Hub 50. What makes it kind of unique is that in 2017 we came out with our PAC 45 system, which was kind of designed to be a full digital audio system, along with being plug and play with the existing NAT AMS series. A couple years later, we came out with a little bit bigger hub because it needed more. We were finding out our customers wanted more functionality and be able to get more control heads out of it. It was a little bit more complicated because it did have some dip switches on it, 60 dip switches and about 20 potentiometers. So
your vendors must have loved you.
They did, because it was an improvement over other systems that are out there. Some systems require laptops. You got to bring laptops, proprietary software, just to control the audio system. If you want to make a change, you got to contact the manufacturer of the avionics to make changes. With us, at least they had control through the dip switches. So we actually got well received on that. But we also wanted to continually improve our process and products too. So we decided to sit down. It was actually Mark's idea. Mark came up with the idea, hey, let's do a phone app. So he came out with a iPad phone app that allows you to go in and you can configure the audio system through the app itself. Over 250 different settings that you can go in, from changing who hear what audio, from switched inputs to unswitched inputs. You can change the lighting. So if you were using it in a MVG application, you could dim the lighting down or make it brighter, however you like. We have a lot of requests for law enforcement to have special audios going out to recorders. Mm-hmm. So with the Hub 50, you can do that.
Interesting. So where does this box stand now? Where are you in various processes?
Great question. So we have submitted our TSO, I think it's about 2 weeks ago. We're waiting to hear back from the FAA to give us TSO approval, and we expect to start shipping hopefully by the end of this quarter.
Okay. Where did this all come from? I mean, I understand that there was a progression,
right?
But you had a really nice little niche in GA.
Right.
Wasn't good enough for you?
No.
We in the GA community, we loved you, man, and right. We're not good for you anymore?
No, you guys are great, and that's how we got started. As Gary said, it's what brought us to the party. No, it's just we were having requests about special mission market and special mission products, and we just didn't have anything that was in the product line that would support that. So we just sat down one day and decided we're going to design one and come out with the PAC 45 in 2017, and it kind of just took off from there.
There must have been some really interesting conversations with members of the special mission community, because the requirements can be unique from one to the next.
Right.
At times they are critical in many ways,
yes.
Literally life critical.
Right.
Plus there's security issues to be involved. Right. There's training. How complex can a box be before somebody says, yeah, that cop's not going to be able to do that. He's got too many other things to do. What kind of conversations preceded all this? How did you do your market research?
That's what we did. We went to our local law enforcement police department. We actually had an EMS local helicopter division near us that we went and had conversations with, sit down and talk to them about it, and got a lot of great feedback from them. So that's some of the stuff you had mentioned. That's kind of how we've added improvements to the Hub 50, so you can configure the hub itself depending on the mission it is. What's nice about it is once you configure the Hub 50, you can save the profile. Once you save the profile and you have another aircraft, then you can upload the profile to that aircraft. So fleet operators are able to duplicate the same audio system throughout the whole fleet. If they're using it for EMS, certain months of the year, then forestry the others, you can change the profile for that too.
Okay, I am the Okefenokee Swamp PD. I'm operating small helo, small fixed wing over a fair amount of airspace.
Right.
What is it I need to know? What is it that you can bring to the party here And when you start talking about an installation with a police department or with a medical service or what have you, or for that matter, certain government agencies that shall remain nameless, how does that conversation start? And more important, how does the configuration get written in stone, so to speak?
Right. Well, the nice thing about the Hub 50, it's never really written in stone because you can easily make changes to the hub on the fly. So when you go to the avionics shop and you can go to your office where you have nice AC and a nice comfortable chair to configure the app the way you want it, and you can make changes anytime you like. So it is controlled by the avionics shop, meaning that they will be making the changes to the hub itself, but it's easy to change.
Yeah, well, everything now is digitally configurable.
Right.
So flip this switch, turn that knob, all things of the past. Where are you seeing your first installations? Where are you prepared to go?
Well, that's another great question. So it can be for anything. It can be for business aviation, it can be for EMS, it can be forestry, it can be for law enforcement. We are actually, at the show have been reached out several times already saying, hey, I'm ready to install my first one. Since we have been shipping the Hub 45A for several years, most of those customers are coming up and say, hey, is this plug and play to what I currently have? And yes, it is. So they can do a plug and play swap out.
I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
They can do a plug and play swap
out. Oh, sure,
out.
make it too easy, why don't you? Shops are going to hate that. I'm looking to bill 100 hours. Come on.
Yeah, that's what we do. Make it easy. So
there you go. Interesting.
So we allow them to do the plug and play swap out and then just configure it from there.
Well, I'll tell you what, externally, there's just not much to it, is there?
It's a rugged box, too. We had to go through the vibration of a helicopter. If you can imagine what that's like.
Bunch of loose parts in a tight formation?
Yeah, luckily not. Yeah.
Right. I hear you. Holy smokes. Well, that's amazing.
Yep.
What's the state of the current GA line? What's happening in that industry right now? And can we see or expect any changes?
Right. So for us, we started this almost 2 years ago, and about halfway through, we had to put it on hold. The reason why, we were going through a pandemic and supply chain issues have become difficult.
Details here, details there.
End-of-life parts became difficult, so we came out. We had to make some tough decisions. We were shipping our flagship audio panel, the PMA 450. It was doing very well, but there were some parts coming up that we couldn't get. So we came out with the PMA 450C back about a year and a half ago. So we had a choice not to ship the PMA 450 series at all, or come out with the PMA 450C. It's basically a little bit less operational characteristics, and also at a better price. So luckily enough, we had Aviation Consumer did a comparison and from us and the other audio panels, and so come by the booth and get one.
Well, the systems that you've built up to this point have always been pretty bulletproof from my own experience.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think. Well, in 3 or 4 of your audio panels at various times.
Right.
The big move to me was getting Bluetooth. I just absolutely love that. And
right.
Well, I tell you what, matching up to other people in the airplane, said, yeah, while we're waiting to get out of here, go ahead and call mom or something like that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. And we were the first audio panel to come out with a USB charging port. Mm-hmm. First one that had a built-in digital recorder. First one to do stereo. So there are a lot of firsts that PS Engineering has done. You talk about, air products are rugged and durable. That comes from Mark, the owner of the company. It's very important that we have a quality product. We're a small company. We can't afford to ship products that don't live up to par. So that all comes directly from Mark.
Where do you go from here?
Gosh, there's so many different opportunities, I believe, that are out there for PS Engineering. We have a lot of panel partners right now that we are working with. We are seeing a lot more requests for remote mount hub systems to go with glass cockpits. So we've got a lot of cool stuff ahead of us.
I would imagine. How are you finding the hiring situation right now, where post-pandemic, some folks got out of the market, they're getting back into the market, they're getting trained into the market, what have you. Are you finding the people you need at this point?
I tell you right now, thank you for bringing that up. We are looking to hire talented design engineers. So we actually have a position or two open at PS Engineering that we would love to talk to people who have passion about aviation like we do. So right now we have a great staff. We retain, I think our average retention is about 15 to 18 years. So we just have a good crew, everything from engineering down to manufacturing.
People put up with Mark that long?
Oh, Mark's great. No, I mean, you know Mark.
I gotta tease him, man. It's so much fun.
Just, you'll have a hard time finding anybody that has the passion like Mark does. You know what I mean? Just very rare.
Plus being a bit of a character.
Yeah, plus he's good.
In this industry, it's nothing but one character after another, so it's fun to have a few of them stand out, and Mark definitely does. So.
Oh, I mean, he's a legend in the market. He really is, and I can't, it's good to have me and Gary at the booth, but I think everybody that's come by has asked, where's Mark?
Yeah,
So,
oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Find out the latest and greatest from the fellow who made it happen. And as I said, the thing that has been fun to watch is he innovates, and then all of a sudden it's rip off and duplicate all over the rest of the industry. So
well,
I don't know. Do
yeah,
what you gotta do.
I mean, we're all excited about this this app for the Hub 50. Like I say, it was his idea. He came out with it. We're sitting in having a meeting about how to improve the installation time on it. And he said, "Hey, let's just do an app," and we all got excited about it and just took off from there.
Well, at some point down the line, once you got a couple installations and a little bit more time in grade, you have to reach out to us and let us know how they're being utilized, what you're learning from the process. 'Cause the one thing that's pretty normal in this industry is that your customers will teach you more than you ever imagined you could learn.
Absolutely, and it's always continuous improvement. So we listen to, we're definitely a small company, but we listen to the customer itself and try to use that feedback and to improve the product.
Do what you got to do.
Right.
I'll tell you what, where can people get more information?
You can go online, go to psengineering.com. Gary and I are at the booth. We're at 6:34 all week. And I also have a training class tomorrow morning at 8:30.
Okay.
So I invite everybody to come to that.
So that's the party you got to crash, folks.
That's the party.
There you go.
Aero-News Network's coverage of the 66th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show, live from Orlando, Florida, is brought to you in part by the following sponsors: